Warning: the following program may contain material not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
The depths unknown, our voice begins to rise, breaking through the noise with fire in its eyes. The spirit of adventure burning ever bright. Hold on tight, travelers, it's gonna be a ride. Another week burning, halfway to the end. Bonus Overdrive Wednesday, let the chaos ascend. Bonus Overdrive Wednesday, night is here. Shatter the silence, conquer all your fear. Bonus Overdrive, the angels gonna scream. With Diego at the wheel, living out a dream.
It's time to find out with Diego. Let's go. Ooh, yeah.
On this episode of Bonus Overdrive Wednesday, since 2014, the Creeping Chaos has been a relentless force in the Michigan hard rock scene, carving out a reputation built on raw energy and volume. With 3 powerhouse albums already under their belt, they shared the stage with industry legends like Megadeth, Lamb of God, Hatebreed, Skid Row, and Puddle of Mud. From high-octane festivals to gritty clubs, one thing is certain: they are not slowing down. All this plus more. Please welcome our new friends and first-time guests. They are the Creeping Chaos. My friends, welcome to Bonus Overdrive Wednesday.
Thank you for having us.
Oh man, what a pleasure it is having you on. And we were talking on the pre-interview on how normally I stay up late at night on Fridays and Saturdays. I'm working on the shows and I'm doing research. And I started doing the whole internet thing, man, on Facebook. Who follows who, where? I hit all these rabbit holes, and then I come upon a logo or a picture. It says Creeping Chaos. I go, this sounds like it's going to be really good. I click on it, and brothers, it does not disappoint. We're going to get into this here in a little bit with your music and your history. But before we begin, would you mind introducing yourselves to our friends, the listeners?
My name's Donnie. And I'm Rob K. And we're both the guitar players. And I'm the lead vocalist.
Awesome. And with that, let me start with you, Rob. We've been in contact for the last few weeks, back and forth with the email, setting up this interview. So I really appreciate both of you being on the show. And there's a time before the creation of Creeping Chaos. Everybody has history. Whenever you get people in a band, everybody either played somewhere or done different tours, different bands, different projects. What was life for you before Creeping Chaos?
Well, actually, Donnie and I were kind of intertwined even before Creeping Chaos, even back then, because actually I was in a band called Dead by Design. I was the rhythm guitar backup singer, and Donnie had been in the guitar playing backup singing position of the same band a couple years before me. So it was it's kind of funny, everything. It's a small strip,
And because I remember back in the day, I was a long time ago, long before you guys probably were into the whole music, because I don't want to show my age, but there was a band out of Michigan, in Detroit especially, and I'm sure they're still known today. And even now, I just found their music on Amazon, which is great. Because I have it on cassette, don't have it on CD, but I don't know. You're familiar with a band called Seduce?
Yeah.
And I can listen to them all day long. And I love that song, Crash Landing. I know it's their single, but damn, man, it's even 30-some years later, it still's good.
Yeah, Seduce got a good sound. Oh, yeah.
And
I figured everybody knows Seduce. Yeah,
that's what I grew up with, and I still am, man. 40 years into this, being a metalhead, it never stops. Cradle to grave is how it goes. Mm-hmm. And now, Donnie, I know we talked earlier also, and it's also on the website, so I'm not bringing up anything really too controversial. Now, when did you join the Creeping Chaos?
It was the fall of 2000.
17, I think.
Yeah,
I
17.
think 17. Yeah, it was like at the end of it.
Yep.
I think so.
Early fall.
Perfect
I
weather.
believe.
Perfect weather.
Yeah.
I love fall. But then, in a way, your introduction into playing with the band was a little interesting. You got yourself maybe in a little pickle, both of yous or the band. There's a story that's going out there. Now, I purposely did not Google this story. And I think I'd rather have it come for you guys. It's called the Dokken debacle. And I know there's a lot of people that would have stories about Dokken, whether you're a fan or whether you're playing with them as a band member or being one of the bands on tour with them. Now, you can keep it clean, you can throw the laundry out there, but I know we're gonna keep it kind of a little bit on the level. What the hell happened?
Don Dokken had a bad night. He had a bad night.
It's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't show up for the sound check kind of thing, and we were like, where's this guy? And a bunch of local bands opened the thing up for him, and it was a packed house, and I think everybody was good. All the bands were good that night. I didn't hear anything that sounded bad. I thought we sounded well, and you really got to tear it up for the first time with us, and that was a lot of fun. But
Dokken's band sounded really good, but
the band sure did, yeah.
mhm.
Don kind of came stumbling on stage, and like they were late, and then I went outside for a minute just because I had somebody who wanted to talk to me, and then all of a sudden somebody came running out there and said, "Did you hear what this guy just said?" And I was like, no, I'm out here. What? And then I think you came up and you're like, what is this guy's problem or something, didn't you?
No, I luckily had left right before.
Oh, right before
the debacle,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which was fine.
It was a good first show though for you.
That was phenomenal.
Got some publicity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, a couple of local and not local radio people asked us about that. And he had some choice words because he thought the monitors weren't working well, but nobody else was complaining about them. And then he became a little bit abusive and truculent towards the the staff and the bands and the establishment. And I don't want to name the establishment because I don't want people thinking that anything bad happened there, because it's not. He doesn't get to say that about our place,
Right.
Right now, and I know our stories are not similar, but similar at the same time. When I told you my experience, not experience with him personally, but as a fan watching what was going on, seems to be a trend. Maybe then, maybe things have changed now. I hope it has.
Well, I know Don's having a hard time these days, so I don't really want to trash him too bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to make him, it's, but yeah, I believe it was testing. The monitors or the monitors are just for show. I guess that's what happens when you have a bunch of shit bands open up for you.
I was mad when I heard about that the next day, but you know what? I don't take it personal.
No, how can you?
We're all entitled to a bad couple days or a few years. It happens, man. We've all had them. There's plenty of stories about me out there, and maybe one day we'll share them on here on somebody else's podcast. But we're gonna move on from that. Now, you've already a well-established band in your area. You already have 3 albums under your belt. With that being said, let's talk about the new album. Most recent album? When was that released?
November 9th, 2024. We finished it. We finished the mixing and mastering on Halloween. And then we had our release party, and actually the CDs arrived at my house the day of the release party. So I was very nervous that day. But yeah, it's our 3rd album. It's our self-titled 3rd album. And we decided to name it that because the the name we were going to name it got kind of swept out from under us. But then we also said, you know what, this really sounds like us. So yeah, let's self-title this one. So we have our own eponymous album, and even though it's the third one, but we're not the first band to do that.
It works. It fits.
Yeah. It's like now we've got our chops up. Now we know exactly what we're doing. The first two albums are a little more experimental, I think, in a lot of ways. So, when you say?
Yeah, well, it's all our influences put together, and yeah, exactly, experimental. And then the more we play together, get a feel for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to definitely get into that because sometimes albums or bands, for instance, a lot of their albums, they kind of tend to sound a little bit the same. The roots are there, but they have a certain sound. Some evolve, take little pieces from the past and move forward. From each album, how have you guys evolved? Not using evolve in a bad way, because I love a band that sounds like they're supposed to. But what has changed since the first album?
The drummer 3 times. We started off as a 3-piece. As you said, Donnie joined in 2017, but our first album, Meticulosa Veritatis, came out in 2016, and the drummer's name was Mike Stoker, and Mike was also alumni from Dead by Design. And then the original bass player was someone you might have heard of from the Detroit local area, if people are familiar with it, Kyle Mikulicek. He was actually one of the founding members. And when we did our CD release party, which was doubling as our 10-year anniversary kind of party, Kyle and Mike both showed up to play a couple of songs with us that night. Now, it was really cool. We got to have everybody on stage at the same time. That was fun. And then the second album, Donnie joined on. So now we had another guitar player, and that kind of gave me a little bit more room to like play around with stuff on stage. And knowing that I could do more stuff on stage, that meant we can do some more stuff on the record, So, and going from the 3-piece to the 4-piece does change the dynamic, especially when you have another drummer come in who was very 80s metal inspired. His name was David Warren, and he did a fantastic job as well. And then by the time we got to this album, I think we just had all been playing together so long. And by the way, Derek Samp was actually on all 3 of these albums with me as well. Like he and I have been the constant through the whole thing, and Donnie has also become a constant because Donnie ain't going nowhere, I don't think, buddy.
No.
And then by the third album, though, DJ just was kind of getting busy, as happens with people, and we knew this lady named Stacy Eugene Benelli, and she is really, really good. And we were like, "Would you like to join?" And she joined, and we got a great album out of it. And she's been with us for the last 3 years, and we're having a good time promoting this record. It sounds really good. We're all very proud of it. And now we got 2026 in front of us, and looking to see what the year brings us.
I predict good things, because if what I've been hearing now from the last few years, what you guys are putting out there, I can only imagine what 2026 is going to be like. And we're talking about the Creeping Chaos. You've been around for a while. You have history prior to Creeping Chaos, but we're all young, very young ones, and we all have our influences of bands that we love. And I'm seeing that you've toured and you've played show with industry legends. We talk about Megadeth, Lamb of God. I only mentioned a few because the list goes on and on. What brought you to the dance? What band or what musician got you to pick up an instrument?
Go ahead, Donnie.
Kiss, without question. Kindergarten, I heard Kiss. And my cousins played too. My cousin played bass guitar, and very musically inclined family. But Kiss was the band.
That makes sense, because they've influenced a lot of people. Now let me ask you this. It's gonna be a very personal question about Kiss. Am I crazy for Vinnie Vincent being my favorite Kiss guitar player? Or is it just me?
No.
He is definitely quite a guitar player. I don't know which songs, if any, he's on the Kiss albums, because apparently that's up for discrepancy these days. But have you heard about this $200 album thing he's been doing with the CD?
I did, and that, you know,
I get it.
once,
I get what he's doing,
yeah.
but it's pretty wild.
I mean, it doesn't even include a T-shirt or nothing or a personal hello. It's just, here you go.
No wraparound, nothing.
He printed it out off of his like personal CD burner at home that he's had since like '98. You know.
But hey, if you think about it, it goes straight from Vinnie Vincent himself. I mean, if he signs it, we're talking okay, $200 maybe, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know who Neil Breen is, but he's this guy that makes movies, and I guess you could call them that. And he only gives you DVRs that he has done himself, and he says that he is one of the most influential independent directors of our time, or something like that, and also a Ferrari owner. That's on his website. He wants you to know about that.
Should watch his movies.
And something tells me that Vinnie Vincent could do the soundtrack for him.
I mean, if he's got a Ferrari, I drive a Malibu, man. So I mean, he's beat me already.
Oh man, I mean, come on. I mean, yeah. Well, when you're the Supreme Breen, you're gonna be tearing it down, you know.
Oh my gosh.
But no, Vinnie Vincent. All joking aside, yeah, great guitar player though, for sure.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I as a kid, I loved them. Cause I know he was on Lick It Up, and I know he supposedly. We'll say supposedly because we're not sure. But I think one of my favorite albums they've had. I was an '80s Kiss fan, you know. But you know, we can talk Kiss all night. We're gonna move on to Rob. How about you, buddy?
Oh, I had an eclectic bunch of influences, because I don't know that I had one in particular, but like, you know, because I listened to like a lot of what my parents listened to, obviously, but then I found stuff on my own, and I guess it's gonna sound weird. This is a weird combo of people, but songwriters kind of got a hold of me, you know, first, and so like the team of Elton John and Bernie Taupin, I always, when I was a kid, that's one of the first like, you know, things I ever like. I started very young going like, oh, these are the guys that wrote it, and I started looking at liner notes like right away. So songwriting wise, it would have been them, just because I'm amazed that two people can do so many different types of things. And then when it comes to like performance wise, Pink Floyd's Pulse album was really influential, and also another live album, S&M by Metallica. It was like, I get to listen to a greatest hits, and there's an awesome symphony playing in the background. Nice. And then I kind of like learned how to sing off of that album too. So that's, yeah, I guess those three things. And as far as concept albums too, like that was something that's like still sticking with me. Alan Parsons Project, Tales of Mystery and Imagination was always, I still play it. It's in one of my cars right now. So,
you know, we
first
all
album I
have,
ever fell in love with. So,
you know, and that's interesting because for guys like us, we're metal guys, hard rock guys, but every
and
once in a
Insane
while,
Clown Posse, sorry. Sorry.
you know, but you gotta admire the attitude, and I think that's what comes out with ICP. But you know, we all rock and roll, cradle to grave kind of guys, but every once in a while, we have these bands we listen to that people be like, you listen to that. Back in my day, you don't tell nobody anything. You just listen. This is what I listen to. I'm listening to Megadeth and Slayer and Testament.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the Monkees. I mean, every once in a while,
like the Monkees.
Yeah.
My dad and I liked the Monkees. We listened to them all the time when I was a kid.
I watched that TV show.
I did too. That Davy Jones, though, he could do it all. As you know, that was quite an entertainer for his time, and after that as well. With the Creeping Chaos being around since 2014, you played a lot of the venues, played with a lot of legendary bands. We covered who you've worked with and opened up with and played with. What's the one thing about the Michigan hard rock community that keeps the Creeping Chaos going for over a decade?
Yeah, really. Detroit is full of people who want to check out new music and they want to rock out with you. That's one of the biggest things is that, you know, we get new fans, like kind of like, not like, you know, like a brush fire or anything like that, but we get like, we're like, oh, we got another fan. Oh, we got another fan. Oh, we got another fan. And it's just kind of cool how steady it is. And it's like, people keep finding this. And I think there's a lot of younger people that are discovering hard rock and especially Detroit hard rock for the first time, because Detroit has a lot of great local acts to offer, not to mention like, you know, mid-level touring acts, the Midwest in general has a lot of great rock music.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just people have a broad taste in this town and the fans just keep it going. You know, the demand and the versatility, and like I said, all the different local groups that really bring a lot of flavor to the scene. So,
Well, and in the spirit of what you just said, talking about you picking up fans one by one from different locations, what is one location that you have fans from that you were kind of surprised, like you heard us from all the way over there?
Jeez.
well, I mean, we went all the way to Indiana, and there was a guy wearing one of our shirts. Remember,
yeah,
we played at the Hobart Theater in Indiana, and a guy showed up, and he had all of our gear on. That was just wild.
But over in Australia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then over in Australia, we have a little bit of a following because of a radio station that's been playing our stuff over there. And yeah, if we ever get a chance, we'd love to go visit over there because I bet you we could get a gig somewhere near there.
Yeah.
I mean, Australia's a huge country, so I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of places to play over there, man.
It sounds like they like rock music too over there. Like I don't know a ton about it, but our friend over there, he sure seems to like us. We got a friend in England that is a DJ and he likes our stuff. So we got a couple people in England that are checking us out, and Germany. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised that it's not a ton of people, but hey, there's somebody on the other side of the globe and
It's surreal.
they're checking our stuff out.
Surreal, you know.
Yeah.
And we could answer the question: does Germany love heavy metal? Absolutely, they do. And
Yeah.
if they love what you're doing, I mean, that's even better because it's almost like they're the authority in metal. I mean, other places there too, but man, if you get their fans, you got something.
I saw Rammstein a couple years ago, and I don't feel like I need to see any show ever again because it's not going to be topped. I've seen a lot of cool stage shows. It was bananas, dude. It was bananas.
Bananas on fire.
Exactly. Smoking bananas.
Yeah.
Well, and talking about stage shows with your presence, because you guys look like bona fide rock stars from the pictures that I've seen. I've been on your Facebook. I've trolled all the pictures, and I'm like, these guys have it. What does a typical show look like with you? How does this Creeping Chaos? How do you present yourselves on stage?
Wow. I go for I don't know. I'm in my own little world. I go for complete destruction. You know, I have a guitar that I beat the crap out of. You know, it's all feeling. It's just feel. You know, if that makes any sense.
I try to keep like in my mind that the aesthetic we go for is that we are undead emissaries of the elder things and the great Cthulhu, and a nice pair of whiteout contacts kind of helps to look out and everything like that. I mean, I'm possessed when I'm on stage. That's what it is, right? That's totally it. Yeah. We like all things dark and esoteric and spooky, and but we also like to have fun with it. And there's kind of a joking kind of thing going on while we play. It's like we're not taking ourselves too seriously, but just enough that we want your attention.
It's a free for all.
Yeah, it really is. There's
no
pretty
set,
wild when we get up there.
There's no set. There might be a set list, but there's no set in what we do, how we move around. You know.
Yeah, we've ended up out in the crowd doing solos and stuff. Donnie's like smashed his guitar on the been banging it on the floor while he's playing stuff, and
it's not planned. It's all
yeah.
No, like I said, whatever the feel is at that moment, it's and I don't really remember it after I get off stage, so I really couldn't talk about that much. But
there's even been the occasional visit from an undead eldritch horror on stage with us.
Yes,
but we don't know when he shows up or how he's going to show up or what song he might interrupt. So
right.
Sometimes there's a lot of anticipation for that.
And I don't not remember because I drink, or I don't drink, but you know what I'm saying? It's
right.
Just all that energy, you know.
Yeah, it becomes like you do, like sometimes you go just blind while you're playing.
Yep.
And there's been times when we get done with a song and I'm like, oh man, it's over already. That was nuts.
So you're getting possessed by the metal gods possess you. You guys going out there and just killing it. And with the lore behind the name, the Creeping Chaos, you kind of touched on it a little bit. What's the lore behind that? What's the story? Because I know there's a backstory to this.
Well, when the band got started, I wasn't sure like what we were gonna do. And remember, again, this is when it was Mike Stoker and Kyle Mikulisek and myself, and I had come up with like a hand-drawn version of the logo just because I like H.P. Lovecraft's horror stories and sci-fi. And I think at the time I had just finished the story Nyarlathotep, and I was in the middle of going into the story of the Mountains of Madness, or At the Mountains of Madness, excuse me. And I was like listening to the audiobook and I was kind of just sketching it out. And then I was like, I need to get on the computer and finish this up. And then when I finished up the picture, it kind of like made me think of like, this thing needs like a name that sounds like a title, like, you know, kind of like a sort of like, you know, Lords of Acid, like that kind of thing. And you know how it like announces itself. It's not just you know, somebody's name and the so-and-so band, or, you know, like I said, we weren't sure what we were going to do. We just knew it was going to be rock. And then I thought, you know, why don't I try and write some stories or write some songs based off of some of these Lovecraft stories, because I don't know a ton of people that are doing that, because at the time I just didn't realize it. But there have been people doing a lot of that, and Metallica did it occasionally too. Lots of people did. But I was like, let's make this really something about like we are representing this one entity, like almost like we're like its cult, and we're trying to get more followers, and we're doing it through being a band. And everybody thought it was a cool idea, and we kicked around a couple of names, and finally we landed on The Creeping Chaos, because there was a Lovecraft story called The Crawling Chaos, and I didn't want to just pinch the title. I wasn't sure if you could do that anyway. And I always liked the song Creeping Death by Metallica. And I was like, hey, there's like a biblical connection and, you know, the Nyarlathotep connection. So, yeah. And then we decided to throw in a little bit of Alice Cooper stage theatrics by the time Donnie got into the group and the second album was happening. And, yeah, we've leaned into the Cthulhu mythos and the Cthulhu cultist angle, and it's fun. It's like getting to not only have a fun rock show, but you're getting to like have a little Halloween in the middle of the, you know, winter or the fall or summer, whenever we're there. It's like, you know, who doesn't love Halloween? Should be Halloween all the time.
It's year round for all of us, my friend. Now with talking about the logo and also the drawing of the creature. Let me ask this question. Do any of you have a tattoo of it? Have you gone that far yet? See, I knew it. So I can see right through your sleeve for some reason.
D Unit, our bass player, he has it like right here, or maybe on this arm. I think it's this one. But yeah, and then my ma has it.
I'm sorry, who?
My mom.
Okay.
My mom got a tattoo of our logo on the inside of her arm.
What am I waiting for?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, what are you doing, man? You should get one.
Yeah, I will.
So yeah, we got some tattoos. I think Dee's white. Yeah, Kelly's got a yeah, she's got a tattoo of it too, I think. So yeah, there's a couple people with tattoos of it. We had a buddy of ours, he came to one of our shows and he had a kilt made with the logo on it.
That's
we were
awesome.
like, that is cool. It's really cool.
That's some great dedication, my friends. Now, because I know, let's talk about merchandise because you have a fantastic cap on yourself. Now, with the merchandise, you have T-shirts with the logo on it. What else do we have?
We've got quite a few things at the table. We're trying to figure out right now what we should restock because some stuff it's been sitting there for a minute. But we've got patches. We've got pop sockets for your phone. We got keychains, hats, different kinds of hats. Obviously, we got beanies. We got ball caps. The ball caps are actually really nice. And we've even done a couple of special order like hockey jerseys and stuff for people if they wanted them, you know. And yeah, we've got a variety of things.
And I've got some that aren't even on the market.
Yep.
My wife, she's phenomenal at this, but I have shoes, pajamas. We have sex toys. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, you could probably sell those for $200. I mean,
yeah, if you have different merchandise, ashtrays. I mean, man, Reenie's phenomenal at that stuff.
The tentacle tickler.
The tentacle tickler.
you guys gotta start writing this stuff down. You got ideas, man.
You might have to bleep that one.
Oh, no, that's okay. It's out now. We can't hide it. I mean, the internet's forever.
Yep.
Well, the great thing about like owning the logo outright too is that you know, we can do whatever we want with the merch, you know, and we can do third party stuff if we agree with it. And besides, you know, it's been out there and it's, you know, like I said, we got a registered copyright on that now, and so it's, you know, I don't care if anybody uses it on something. Go ahead, you know, hurt my feelings. You're just sharing the logo. Go ahead.
That's right. You could be a walking billboard.
I don't think that's legally binding. What I just said, though.
No. In theory, that would be great, of course. Now, you know, 2026 came here so fast. 2025 was like a flash. I can't even remember 2025.
Good. I don't want
to. Yeah. with that being said, I know that you guys are working on stuff for this year. Where are you going to be this year? Where are you going to play? And what new material you think might be coming out?
Well, we got 4 shows lined up so far, and the first one we got is coming up in a couple of weeks here. It's February 13th, Friday the 13th at the Music Factory with Deciphered and more. And we got a guest drummer coming in for that one named Brian Knickerbocker, and he's been fun to work with. Then we've got a show with Sponge at the Diesel Concert Lounge. That's going to be March 28th on Saturday, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the next thing we have is we're playing with Saving Abel at the Token Lounge in Westland, Michigan. And that's going to be May 15th? May 15th, yep. Yes. Double check these just in case. You can, if you want to double check our stuff, you can go to www.thecreepingchaos.com, and whenever we start getting our shows close, we update them, and we'll have all 3 of those on there. And then near Halloween, I can't remember the actual date just yet. I think it might not be locked down just yet, but we're going to be doing a Halloween show at the Oddfellow Concert Lounge in Wyandotte, Michigan. So. And this is just a bunch of stuff that we have lined up so far, and we're planning on getting some more gigs worked out. But that's what we got so far, and it's only the first month of the year, you know.
Yep.
That's why I say great things are coming in 2026. Also, you have Facebook at Creeping Chaos Detroit. We have you on Instagram also as the Creeping Chaos, and of course, creepingchaos.com. And now,
we also have a YouTube channel.
We also got a YouTube channel, and I'll put all those links when I release.
We have music videos. We have music videos, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been watching them definitely, and I also got a few of your songs on my gym mix. So you know, you guys are really responsible for the pain I have on Saturday and Sunday mornings, and I love every bit about it. And
feel the burn,
baby. Now, this is my favorite part of the show, also the listeners, because I get feedback about this. We're going to play one of your tracks, and the one that has been chosen by the metal gods is Hounds. Would you mind telling us what that song means to you?
The concept came from a Clark Ashton. I think it's Clark Ashton Smith wrote it. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. There's lots of different writers that work in this story arc, but there was a story he wrote called the Hounds of Tyndalos, and I kind of loosely based it around that. I like the idea of like some kind of thing that can see you through an angle that you can't see it from, almost like fourth dimension creatures, and the idea of being paranoid, and like it's kind of also a little bit of an allegory to just people's paranoia and how it's usually unfounded, and then what if it's not? So, and then impending doom is always something that we like to roll into the songs too. So yeah, doom, paranoia, and creatures are coming for you. So,
then definitely will with Hounds. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being on Bonus Overdrive Wednesday. And if you don't mind, you'll be very busy this year. Let's come back later this year. We'll talk about what you've been doing and what's coming out probably for 2027. We're going to get ready for that as well. And thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Don't forget the tentacle tickler.
This is the Creeping Chaos with Hounds on Bonus Overdrive Wednesday right now.
All content on this broadcast is a property of Diego the Podcaster and is served directly from our servers with no modification, redirects, or rehosting. All celebrity impersonators are paid performers. The impersonated celebrities do not endorse or promote any views or opinions expressed by our guests, Diego the Podcaster, or Bonus Overdrive Wednesday. The information shared on Bonus Overdrive Wednesday is provided on an as-is basis, with no guarantees of completeness, accuracy, usefulness, or timeliness.